afternoon, student. Today I am going to discuss about a new chapter, that is your motion in a plane. The first topic is our vector. So now discuss about what is scalar quantities and vector quantity. You know that the scalar quantities, that quantities which have only magnitude but no directions, like your length, distance, speed, temperature. These are your scalar quantity. But what is vector quantity? The vector quantities are those quantities which have both magnitudes and direction. Also, it obeys the law of vector additions. So, scalar quantity having only magnitude, no direction. Example: distance, speed, time, volume, temperature. Now come to vector quantity. Quantities having magnitude, usually directions, and obey the law of vector addition. This is your vector quantities. Example: displacement, velocity, torque. Representation of vectors. Now the representation of vectors. It is your head, it is your tail. A, it is a scalar. Arrow mark, it is a vector quantity. Vector. So this is the difference between scalar and vector. Now the type of vector. First one is your polar vector. Second one is your axial vector. So what is polar vector? Polar vector are those vectors which have the starting point or the point of applications are those vectors which have the starting point example, your displacement, velocity, force, momentum. Okay. Second one is axial vector. What is actually axial vector? Axial vector are those vectors which represent the rotational effect. Represent rotational effect about an axis of rotations. So, the movement is like this. It is your clockwise. The movement is like this. It is your anti-clockwise movement. Okay. So this is all about your polar and axial. So what is the example of axial vectors? That is your angular velocity, angular momentum. This is an example of axial vector. Now, some definition of vector. First is your equal vector. Two vectors said to be equal when they have the same magnitudes and act in the same direction. Same magnitude. And they have the same direction, act in same direction. Same direction and same magnitude. This 2 point must not. Okay. Second one is your coplanar vector. Vectors which act in a plane like this. Vector A, vector B, vector C. These are your coplanar vector. Vector which act in a plane or lies on a plane. It's called as coplanar vector. Co-initial vector. Vectors having a common initial point. Common initial point. The vector A, vector B, vector C, vector D, vector E. All vectors having the common initial point, that is your O. So vectors having common initial point. Called as co-initial vector. Now, coterminous vector. Coterminous. The vectors having a common terminal point. Vectors having common terminal point. Like this, they meet at a point. This is A, B, C, D, E. So they meet at one point. This is your coterminous vector. Now, unit vector. What is unit vector? Unit vectors having the unit magnitudes. Having unit magnitude. And how it is written? A cap is equal to A by A bar. This is your unit vector. Now, orthogonal unit vector. Orthogonal unit vector. I, J, K cap are called as orthogonal unit vectors. The three vectors are perpendicular to each other. X-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So it is acting along x-axis, it is along y-axis, it is your along z-axis. Now come to position vector. What is position vector? particle is here at a distance x, y, z from your x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, it is represented like this: x, y, z. It is O, it is point P. You take this is R. So what is position vector? How will you represent this point from the origin? OP. This is your R. So X, I cap, Y, J cap, and Z, K cap. In this way, you have to represent your position vector. Take one example. If in place of x, y, z 2, 3, minus 1, suppose that, then OP you have to represent in this way: 2 I cap, Y, J cap, and Z, K cap. If you want to find out the modulus of this R, modulus of vector R, this is your x square plus y square plus z square root over. In this way, calculate the modulus vector. Modulus of any vector. Now come to displacement vector. So what is actually displacement vector? Draw a diagram: x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. The particle initially here, a distance r1 from the origin at point P. It is x1, y1, z1. The coordinate of the particle at point P. After some time, the particle is here, suppose that, at point Q, having coordinate x2, y2 and z2. So first find out your position vector OP. This is your R1, this is your x1 I cap, y1 j cap, z1 k cap. Now OQ, this one, the particle is here now. This is your R2, x2 I cap, y2 j cap, z2 k cap. It is your position vector. Now calculate displacement. It means P to Q. So use the law of vector additions. It is your OP. Look here, OP and PQ are in the same direction. OP plus PQ. But this vector in your opposite direction. These two are in the same direction. So it is your OQ. So now PQ is equal to OQ minus OP. This is your, after subtracting this one, x2 minus x1 I cap, y2 minus y1 j cap, z2 minus z1 k cap. Or simply write down this one, r2 minus r1. So now the vector additions. Vector addition. First addition of two collinear vectors. Addition of collinear vectors. You know that the collinear vector has those vectors project in the same directions along same line. So take two vectors, it is A and another vector B. By adding these two, it is your vector A, it is your B. So resultant vector is R is equal to this one. R is equal to A plus B. Addition of two non collinear vector, vector A and vector B, suppose that. So this is your R equal to A minus B. You subtract R equal to A minus B. Actually, you have to add this one. In this way, R is equal to A minus B. Because the direction is opposite. So in this way, find out the addition of collinear and non-collinear vectors. Similarly, vector additions when some angle is given. Vector addition of two vectors at some angle. Two vectors at some angle. So you have to use here your triangle law of vector addition and parallelograms law of vector addition. Law of vector addition. Okay, discuss one by one. Addition of two vectors at some angles. So you have to add in this way. They are in the same order. Now joining this vector R, it is called a resultant, taken in opposite order. So you will take it O, P, Q, O, P plus P, Q. Because they are in the same order, that is equal to, it is in opposite order, O, Q. So A plus B is equal to R. In this way, you have to add the two vectors by using the triangle of vector additions. The third side of the triangle is give you the resultant of two vectors. Now come to the vector addition by using the parallelograms law of vector addition. Vector A, vector B. You complete this one by joining like this, and the resultant given by the diagonal of the parallelograms are O, M and T. This is also A. Here OM plus MN is equal to ON. So A plus B equal to R. Similarly, by taking this triangle, your in triangle OMN, now in triangle OTN. This triangle OB plus TN, they are again the same order. This is equal to ON because this is in opposite order. So B plus A is equal to R, or simply it is R is equal to A plus B. Either one. So this is the vector additions by using your triangle law of vector addition and your Parallelogram law of vector additions. Now the addition of vectors, the number of vectors acting in different directions by using the polynomial law of vector additions. Number of vectors acting in different directions. But you have to find out the resultant by using the law of polygon. So now, suppose vector given in this way. Vector A, vector B, vector C, vector D. And how to add these vectors to get the resultant? Look here. You take this one. This is your B. This is your C. This is your D. And it gives you, the closing side gives you the resultant R. So how to determine the resultant? To form a triangle like this. It is O, M, N, T, S, suppose that. In triangle O, M, N, this is your OM plus MN. And this one in opposite order, this is your ON. So A plus B is equal to ON. So it is your A plus B. Similarly, in triangle ONT, it is your OM plus NT is equal to OT. So A plus B plus C, it is OT. It is your A plus B plus C. Now, by taking the triangles OTS, in triangle OTS, it is your OT plus TS, OS in opposite direction. So A plus B plus C plus D is equal to your resultant R. In this way, you determine the resultant by adding the number of vectors which are in a different directions by using the polygon law of vector addition. Now, the analytical treatment of vector additions. Addition of two vectors. Analytical treatment of vector addition by using the triangle law of vector additions. First one, triangle law of vector addition. The two vectors both represented in magnitude directions taken in the same order by the two adjacent sides of the triangle. Then the resultant is given by the third side of the triangle taken in a opposite order. So if it is A, it is your B. The resultant is the third side taken in opposite order. Okay. Then mathematically, how you find out this one, the resultant? Suppose the vector R make angle beta with the vector A. In order to determine the resultant of the two vectors by using the triangular vector addition, you have to extend this side. Then this is theta. Now represent the name P, Q, and here. So here you have to find out the resultant R by taking this side in right angle triangle PST. It is your SPT. PT square is equal to PS square plus HT square. PS. Now PS is your PQ plus QS whole square and HT square. It is your PT square. Okay. Now you have to find out this value by using vector A, B and R. So QS, how to find out QS here? By using this value B. So what is the relation between QS and QT? Here QS equal to, you know that is your B by H. QS is equal to QT cos theta. Now ST is equal to QT sin theta. So now put here these two values. PT square equal to PQ. PQ plus your QT cos theta whole square plus, in place of ST write down QT sin theta. QT sin theta. It is your PQ square QT square cos square theta plus 2 PQ QT cos theta, and it is your QT square sin square theta. Now you have to expand this one. QT square is equal to, it is your QT square cos square theta plus 2 PQ QT cos theta plus QT square sin square theta. Keeping these two value in bracket, by taking QT square common, it is your sin square theta plus cos square theta QT square armed 2 PQ QT cos theta. Now put the value PQ, it is A square, it is B square, this value is 1, and it is 2 AB, 2 AB cos theta. R square is equal to, this value is R. So R is equal to A square plus B square plus 2 AB cos theta. This is the resultant of two vectors by using the triangle law of vector addition. Okay. Now the direction of R. After diagram, this is your PQSP, it is 90 degree. It is your R, it is your beta, it is your theta. It is A, it is your B. This is your diagram. So R, to find out tan beta, it is perpendicular by base. TS by PS. So PS is equal to PQ plus QS. How do you know that? PS is equal to B sin theta. It is your A plus B cos theta. Or beta is equal to tan inverse B sin theta by 1 A plus B cos theta. So in this way, determine the direction of R. It makes beta angle with the vector A.